Hi everybody, hope you're all having a great day today. As you know, my name is Tyler Hurt with RE/MAX Unlimited. And in today's video, I just wanted to go through 5 tips for buyers out there in today's market, okay? They're tips that I feel like are very important to people out there that are looking to buy a house right now. I feel like these are 5 tips you should follow and that will help you in your journey to get the house that you want. With that being said, let's just jump right into it. So tip number 1 is be pre-approved. And what do I mean by that is really know your budget, okay? Although you may be approved for, let's just say, $500,000, doesn't mean that you can afford or actually want to pay for a home that's $500,000. I've had plenty of clients in the past that are pre-approved for X amount and have gone through it themselves to kind of figure out where they want to be monthly payment wise, and that have actually brought down their budget quite a bit. So it's very important to know your budget, to know how much you want to spend on a home. At the end of the day, just because your pre-approval says one amount doesn't mean you have to spend that amount. I know it may seem like a very obvious tip, but there are a lot of people out there that get pre-approved for, say, like I said, $500,000, and they're looking at homes for $500,000. So we'll get to that a little further, but definitely know your budget and look into it a little further than just what the paper tells you or what the bank tells you can afford. Tip number 2 is have an aggressive real estate agent. Now, I can't speak for everyone else, I can only speak for myself, but what that truly means is make sure your real estate agent is sending you listings every single day that fit your criteria, your budget, exactly what you guys are looking for. But also answers your phone calls, your texts, your emails within a reasonable amount of time. I can't even fathom the amount of times that I've heard that agents don't get back to their clients, or they've gone hours and days without texting them back, calling them back. In my eyes, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no way you're too busy to send a text to at least say, hey, I'll call you back later, or whatever the case may be, but just make sure you're putting your client's interest ahead of yours as far as that goes, because at the end of the day, you guys are putting your trust in our hands to help you guys find a house, and that should be a very important thing for an agent to look at. I know myself, being that I have worked with clients in the past, and I just have had clients that were working with agents in the past that they weren't answering them, or they would get back to them very late, or they wouldn't send them listings, and they were working with agents, 3 or 4 agents over the past 12 months that did the exact same thing. I met my clients through just a simple phone call, and within 72 hours, not only did I show them a house, we put an offer in on a house, but we were under contract on a house, all within 72 hours, and they were working with other agents for the past 12 months that just simply didn't answer their phone calls or get back to them. So, they were already going into, meeting me with kind of a bad taste in their mouth, and I was able to turn that around and really just do whatever I possibly could to make them happy, make them know that not all agents kind of just don't care. So my tip number 3 for buyers out there right now in this very, very competitive market is really just keep an open mind. And what do I mean by that is really if a house is maybe just out of your area that you wanted to look, but fits everything else as far as what you were looking for, as far as bedrooms, bathrooms, size of the lot, style of the house, the whole nine, maybe that home is really where you should lean and put in an offer and see if you can get it. What a lot of my clients are doing right now is, if you're interested in a home and it fits everything you're looking for, but may need to be updated a little bit, that should be a home that you also don't just, throw out because it needs a little bit of work. Because in this market, you will do yourselves a huge favor by not eliminating any properties that may need a little bit of work. Or that you kind of add your little own personal touch on. And it may not need to be done immediately, as long as the home is move-in condition, as long as you can live there, and do the work over the course of the next few months or a year or so. It will definitely benefit you as far as getting a home in time, and possibly saving you money as well, In this competitive market, prices are sky high right now. So why not look at that home that may need a little extra work that you can, add your touch on the house and not anyone else's touch, and get it for the price that you originally wanted, and you didn't have to necessarily overpay too much for that house. So tip number 3 is definitely keep an open mind. So tip number 4 for buyers out there right now is be aggressive with your offers. Now, I know it's easier said than done because, this is a lot of money that, we're dealing with and that we're offering on a property, but a lot of homes right now, if they're move-in condition, if they're nice homes, you fall in love with it. You love it, but there's a lot of buyers out there right now, so odds are there are 4 or 5, possibly more people that have the exact same feelings as you that are all also going to be put an offer in on the house. So my best suggestion is be aggressive with it, meaning go in all in the beginning. Don't lowball it to try and negotiate and meet in the middle somewhere. That tactic just doesn't work anymore in this market, at least for the time being. My best suggestion would be, if the house is worth it, if you truly love it, go in at asking, as long as your agent tells you that it's worth the money at asking, because there are agents right now that are overpricing homes, so it is very easy to overpay for something right now, even at asking. So as long as your agent does the research and they know that at asking the home is worth it, definitely I would suggest going in at least asking, and you more than likely, unfortunately in this market, will have to go over asking. But like I said, as long as your agent does their homework, they'll be able to tell you if the home is worth it or not to go a little at, to go at asking or even a little bit over, as long as it means getting you the home. But, there are other options as well. Just being aggressive with offers doesn't necessarily mean just on the purchase price, because you may be looking at homes that you can't necessarily overpay for, whether it's for your pre-approval or just your own budget. So there are other ways to kind of be aggressive, and that may be an option as far as possibly waiving an inspection if you feel comfortable with the house. If you truly feel the house is as clean as a whistle, waive the inspection if you don't truly need it. Or if you're like a handyman, or if you kind of know what you're looking at, waive the inspection. Waive the appraisal contingency is another one as well. A lot of people right now are worried about appraisals and stuff like that, and unfortunately there are a lot of buyers out there right now that will just throw out any offer and then kind of bank off the appraisal to work their way down. But sellers are smarter than that, so sellers aren't really falling for that gimmick right now. And it would really give you a leg up in the negotiation process, or just to win the bidding war, if you waive the appraisal contingency, and just hope that your agent did the work, so the house will appraise, or at least it'll be close to it, and you won't really have to worry about it too much. Another thing that I learned today, which is actually a very unique way to go about it, is offer to pay the seller's closing costs. And obviously this will only work if you have the money. So if you have the money to do it, it's kind of an interesting concept is, if you can't overpay for the house for whatever reason, if you don't feel comfortable waiving the inspection or the appraisal contingency, offer to pay their closing costs, or offer to pay the commission, on the deal. Just whatever would help you get the leg up. Obviously, being if you have the money available, you can kind of go about it any way you want. And tip number 5, last but not least, and probably the most important thing, is just be patient, okay? You have to be patient in this market. It is very unlikely that you're going to find a house in a week or 2 weeks. A lot of clients that even I'm working with that, have been looking for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Like I said before, I had a client that was looking for over a year to get a home. And patience is key, not only so you don't stress yourself out mentally, but it's key because you don't want to just jump into something too quick because you're settling or whatever the case may be. If you're patient and you're okay with waiting, or if you're able to wait 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, or whenever the perfect home comes across, and then when that home comes, you do everything you can to get it. It will help you out, like I said, so it doesn't stress you out. And at least as far as I know, the way I run my business is I don't want my buyers to stress out through this at all. I want to handle the entire process for them as much as I possibly can, so they can go about their daily lives and not worry about anything going on about buying a house. So if you guys do have any questions, those are my 5 best tips for buyers out there right now. Always, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll answer any other questions that you guys may have. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it or comment down below. That'd be great. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.